Tamikaze here talking about airlines and Boeing and how to play it in the upcoming months and why you should be looking to play it. So what I have here is a simple TSA checkpoint numbers year-over-year graph from 2019 into 2020, 2019 being up here, hovering between 2 and 2.5 million average daily volume on airport flying. This year we're down here in April at about 100,000, and we're getting back up into the 7 and 800,000. So we're getting up to about a third of last year's volume, but it's important because you can see the graph is curling up, and then we are ending the traveling season, so it's going down a little bit, but it's stabilizing, which is important so that we can get back to normalcy by the end of the year as more rapid testing and vaccine news comes out, as well as September is a big month for Boeing because we are expecting to have the certification from the FAA on the MAX getting back to flying. So if you want, you could check these out on the TSA.gov numbers. You can see total travelers here and 1 year ago here. So you can see anywhere between a quarter and a third of volume. So that's good. So I'm not a huge Boeing fan, but because we do have Boeing Catalyst this month, I did plot out potential Boeing here. And it does have great upside because it's aerospace and defense stock. So we can see here that it's been bouncing off this bottom trend line. This is an Elliott wave right here, so we have potentially a third top coming by the end of September if things go crazy. We have a channel between the two purple lines and then an older channel that broke below and bounced off here. So I expect it to get back into this channel right here and test these highs by the end of September. So I'm looking at potentially that 190 mark by the end of September, which gives us about a $15 upside with a crazy high mark of close to 300 if they get approved and sentiment turns into Boeing's favor. It could easily go back up there. So the upside is crazy high. We have a buy line here, and this would also be another buy line. Used to be a resistance line, so let's change that to green. So this is something you're going to want to pay attention to if you are into Boeing. I know a lot of people are, so this is a good chart that you can go off of. So as soon as we get a breakout over about 178, 179, we could then see a run to 190, and if it breaks 190, then it doesn't have much resistance. There's a couple of resistance points around 207 and 195, so pay attention to those, do your homework. But what I really want to talk about is how to play the airlines. So what I have up here are just a bunch of different airlines here. This is Delta Airlines here. You can see it is curling into a cup, and American Airlines here, it is curling back up as well. And then we have Love, which is my favorite airline, which I'll go into here. And we have United. All of these look identical. Save I have charted out here, which I'll go into a second. And then we have the ETF here, Jets, which is all the airlines. So this is encompassing all the airlines as well as Boeing. And you can see here we have a clear uptrend channel. So you could chart this from here and go here, and you could see it's been bouncing off that bottom there. So we can use that as ultimate resistance where it broke below here. So, and then you can see there's kind of a channel going up here. So we have our channel here, and we have a cup forming here with a major cup here. So if it breaks above this green line, we are good to go for about 20 to 30% upside. So of all the airlines, Love is the safest. They have the best war chest and best future outlook, which is why their chart is also the highest, and they have broken this resistance here and are looking to test 41 in the upcoming months. So if you could design a play around a 41, potentially $43 upside in this next month, that might be a good play. But what I want to talk about is the best upside stocks and how to make money off of those. So the two biggest upside stocks are American Airlines, as you can see here, $13 with an upside of $20, almost a 50-60% upside this coming month. I don't love American Airlines because they have the most debt of all airlines, and so sentiment there, a lot of people believe they will eventually go bankrupt or get bought out for cheap by another airline because of all their debt. So where is the middle in between ground? If you have Love, being the best airline, American Airlines being the worst. Where do we get upside with not a lot of risk? You could play Delta. They're kind of the middle of the road, and Delta's always been pretty good. You could play United. United hasn't been curling up as much, so you could plot out some resistances, and you can see a 37 to 48 move. My favorite, as you saw me chart it, is Save. Save is one of those budget airlines that has always been popular with travelers, and as travelers come back, I believe Save will also come back. So Save, you can see here, had an upside of almost $50 and is right now trading at 18 and a half. I believe Save has an upside in September of almost $26, which would be almost an $8 increase, over 50%, just shy of 50%. So what I plotted out here, and you can see here you have the head, the shoulders forming here, so you could see here, and then a break up towards the middle of end of September. So we'll probably get a FFA ruling on the max here, and it should push all airlines up towards the end of September. So what I have here are a couple of trend lines here. We can see here that this resistance line was broken, so we have a buy signal here, and that's why we got this jump up right here, and then it bounced off resistance here. So as soon as we get a break over 1930, I believe we are off to the races. And so what I did here was I just simply took the high end to low end, doubled it again over here, so we have a target date of 2582 at the end of September, which coincides with the October usually being a down month and September usually being one of the best months. So this is something you could look for, say a 19 or 20 call for the beginning of October with a great upside here. So keep attention to airlines, keep attention to Boeing, keep attention to Save. If you just want to play a broad sector, you could play Jets. Jets is at 1830 with a 22 upside. And you could also play American Airlines, which is at 1360 with a $20 upside. But my favorite again is Save. And then we also could be looking at Boeing for a potential breakout here with the FFA ruling. So they do have the catalyst, which will also raise all the other airline stocks. So thank you. If you guys have questions or comments, let me know. And hopefully we make some money on airlines this month.